The year is 2025. Donald Trump is back in the White House. A wave of dissent, unseen since his first tumultuous term, is sweeping across the United States and Europe. Millions are taking to the streets, united under the banner of hands off. This isn't just about one policy or one president. It's a visceral reaction to an administration seemingly determined to dismantle the social contract, both at home and abroad. The sheer scale of these protests, spanning continents and echoing across social media, speaks to a deep well of anxiety and anger. This is a story about that anger, about the people who feel it, and about what they are doing to make their voices heard. The hands off. Protests are not just a moment, they are a movement. They represent a boiling point, a culmination of years of simmering discontent. From the heart of America to the streets of Europe, people are saying enough. They are drawing a line in the sand, demanding a different kind of future, one where their voices matter. This is a story about the fight for that future. In the United States, the epicenter of the hands-off movement, protests have erupted in all 50 states. The iconic National Mall in Washington, D.C. witnessed a sea of humanity, with tens of thousands gathering to voice their opposition to the Trump administration's policies. The crowd was a microcosm of America itself, a diverse tapestry of students, teachers, factory workers, and retirees, all united by a shared sense of urgency. Their message was clear: this is not the America they believe in. Prominent figures from the political left, including Congressman JamieRaskin, Representative Ilhan Omar, and Representative Maxwell Frost, addressed the crowds in Washington. Their speeches, fiery and indignant, resonated with the anxieties of many Americans. They spoke out against Trump's protectionist trade policies, his administration's cuts to crucial social safety nets, and what they perceived as a systematic assault on democratic institutions and civil liberties. Their words provided a focal point for the anger and frustration felt by so many, channeling it into a powerful call for change. Beyond the nation's capital, major cities like New York, San Francisco, and even Frankfort, Kentucky, became hotbeds of protest activity. The geographical diversity of these demonstrations underscores the widespread nature of the discontent. This isn't just a coastal elite phenomenon, it's a groundswell of opposition emanating from the very heartland of America. The hands-off movement has tapped into a deep vein of unease, uniting Americans from all walks of life in a shared sense of purpose. The wave of protests hasn't been confined to American shores. Across the Atlantic, in cities like Berlin, Paris, London, and Frankfurt, Europeans have staged their own hands-off demonstrations in a powerful display of transatlantic solidarity. These demonstrations, while smaller in scale than their American counterparts, carry a symbolic weight that cannot be ignored. They are a clear message to the Trump administration that the world is watching, and that its actions have global consequences. In Frankfurt, Germany, hundreds gathered under the banner of Democrats Abroad, an organization representing American expatriates. Their demand was simple and stark: the resignation of President Trump. They view his presidency as a threat not just to America, but to the democratic values shared by the Western world. Their presence serves as a stark reminder that Trump's brand of politics has alienated not just allies, but also many Americans living abroad. The iconic Place de la République in Paris, a historical site of protest and revolution, once again became a stage for dissent. French citizens, alongside American expatriates, held up banners emblazoned with slogans like "Save Democracy" and "Resist Tyrant." The presence of these slogans in a city synonymous with revolution speaks volumes about how Trump is perceived on the global stage. He is increasingly seen as a symbol of instability and authoritarianism, a threat to the very fabric of the liberal world order. These European protests highlight the global dimensions of the resistance to the Trump administration. They are a testament to the interconnectedness of the 21st century world, where the actions of one nation, particularly a superpower like the United States, have ripple effects that are felt far beyond its borders. The hands-off movement is in many ways a global referendum on Trumpism and its implications for the future of democracy. While the hands-off. Protests are fueled by a multitude of grievances. One issue stands out as a particularly potent catalyst: Trump's aggressive trade policies, particularly his imposition of sweeping tariffs on goods imported from China and other trading partners. These tariffs, intended to protect American jobs and industries, have instead injected a dangerous dose of uncertainty into the global economy. They have sparked fears of a full-blown trade war, with potentially devastating consequences for businesses and consumers alike. The agricultural sector, a cornerstone of the American economy, has been particularly hard hit by the tariffs. Farmers, already grappling with low commodity prices and rising input costs, are now facing retaliatory tariffs from China and other countries. These tariffs threaten to cripple American agricultural exports, jeopardizing the livelihoods of countless farmers and ranchers. The anxiety and anger felt by the agricultural community is palpable, and it has translated into a powerful force within the hands-off movement. The business community, typically a bastion of support for Republican presidents, has also expressed deep reservations about Trump's trade policies. Major corporations, reliant on global supply chains and international markets, are wary of the uncertainty and instability created by the tariffs. They fear that these protectionist measures will ultimately harm the very businesses they are intended to protect. The willingness of some business leaders to publicly criticize Trump's trade policies is a testament to the depth of their concern. The tariffs, with their potential to disrupt global trade and trigger a recession, have become a lightning rod for broader anxieties about the Trump administration's economic stewardship. They are seen by many as a prime example of Trump's willingness to pursue policies that benefit a narrow segment of his base, even at the expense of the broader economy. The hands-off protests are, in many ways, a referendum on Trump's economic nationalism and its potential consequences for American prosperity. Donald Trump and Elon Musk have become central figures of the hands-off movement. Musk's role in the Trump administration, particularly his cuts to federal jobs and social programs, has sparked widespread protests. Critics accuse Musk of prioritizing corporate interests and waging a war on the working class. His actions have mobilized a new generation of activists, concerned about income inequality and public services.